Mm.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham to tea, down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. We chanted Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Let's hear you in the cup, singing our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the point of all when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We have the Tierney's tops here at St Andrews. They gotta give us what we're longing for. It's Birmingham forever, let's hear it from the stand. So come on, City, sing this song once more.
Welcome to the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by Boer Sports, A. Riley Fridge Polishing and the Garrison Coffee Company, with a shout out to our affiliates Successi Blues, SAS Autos, Blues Trust and TJ Monkey's Garage, and supporting lots of local charities. The Tilton Talk Show and the Tilton Talk family just gets bigger. What a week this has been in the week of a Blue Nose. Oh my goodness me, he's coming home. It's the big old Troy. Troy is on his way. All we need now is a stand repaired, and what a job Gary Gardner and Lee Bowyer are doing there. Can't wait. Unfortunately, I can't be with you tonight, guys, because I've got to work, so I'm going to leave you with the team, and I'm sure you'll have a great night. I'll catch up with you all later. This is the Tilton Talk Show. It's what Mondays are for.
There you go. That was our friend, Mr. Nick Spall. I hope you all heard that. Did you hear it okay? Yeah? Yeah, good. Oh, good stuff. So it did work. Yeah, so a bit different because there's no Nick Spall. Hang on, I'll just get the applause. Where's the applause button? But no, I can't find it. In the studio, well, not in the studio, but with us this evening, we have Mr. Mark Adams, the one and only Paul. Yeah, fine. All right, you've had your bit. The one and only Paul Hipkiss. Our special guest, the one and only Alan Motton. But a very, 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 very special guest tonight, Craig Courtney. And our very, 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 very special guest, Connor Tierney. How you doing, bud? Good stuff. Oh, hang on. I'll just turn you up a little bit. There we go. Here we go. Okay, so what a week.
Yeah.
What a week, Paul.
Fantastic. I'll start with the game Saturday. I thought first half we were a bit slow coming out the dressing room, weren't we? First sort of 20 minutes, half an hour, but once they scored, we got going, and it took their goal to wake us up a bit, didn't it? And you can see now that we just don't go down without a fight, do we? And I thought we deserved the equaliser when we got it, and based on the second half, really, how we didn't win was beyond me in the end. I don't think they could have complained if we'd have won 3 or 4-1, but unfortunately, sometimes as a striker, I've even seen Harry Kane have an off day on Sunday. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
Hogan's a good couple of chances, and EK's chance, one of them goes in, and we come away 2-1 and fully deserved. But the good thing is, we're not losing them games anymore. We're drawing when we're not winning. So, and we're creating chances at a plenty. So the way we play now, it's just fantastic. And the thought of Troy Deeney, adding Troy Deeney to that as well, is really exciting, isn't it? It really adds to our attacking options. And I just think, if he's fully fit and he's raring to go, and we can keep him fully fit for the rest of the season, then who knows where that's going to take us, because if he's in form, fully fit, up there with either Djokovic or Hogan, I think we've got a good season ahead of us, haven't we?
Yeah. Your thoughts, Mr. Craig Courtney?
The first thing is Gardner. Well, what a job. What a job he is doing. I mean, our signings across the season so far have been, we haven't seen a bad one.
No.
So he's really, really pulled out the bag. But for me, the main thing with Troy Deeney is not only is he a blue nose, but he is, you look at Facebook, you look at Twitter, in fact, everywhere on social media, and he's pulled the Blues fans together. Just that one signing has made such a massive difference. And
huge.
I can't wait to see him playing. And I think his interview summed it up beautifully when he just turned around and went, "I'm not here for the money. I'm here to play." That's great.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think people are saying we're a bit low, Chris. I don't know if you can tell.
I've just turned you up a little bit, so hopefully that's all sorted. While you're talking, I'll try and hire it to a little bit more.
But I mean, our strongest 11 now, it's good enough, isn't it? To, if we can keep them all fit all season, and obviously you're not going to play every single game the same 11, but if we can keep our best players, Chong and now Deeney and all these great players. I mean, I've got to put Jeremy Beeler in there as well, because I think he's been magnificent. He was for me man of the match on Saturday. I thought he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, we're just all buzzing, aren't we? I mean, it's almost like we've temporarily forgotten about the issue of the ground. It's just a shame that Troy will be running out for his debut in front of half the ground. But, I mean, what options we got now up front? I mean, you got Dukey, you got Troy, you got Hogan, you got Chucks on the bench. It's like Liverpool. It's just options. You need to have two good players for each position, and it's heading out.
Yeah. Do we think we'll sign anyone else before the window closes tonight at 11 o'clock?
I don't know. I don't think we will, and I don't think we're okay at the minute. I would have thought. I mean, there was one. Sorry, Connor. There was one silly rumour. Well, I don't know about silly, but there's a rumour about Jack Wilshere. I wouldn't touch him with a barge pole.
Really?
If you can get him on a pay-as-you-play, then maybe so. But I wouldn't be paying him thousands of pounds a week on a 3-year contract. Put it that way.
Mind you, having said that, Paul, apparently he's in Italy. I think it's beating an Italian Serie B team at the minute. Yeah. So I think it's a non-starter, that one.
Such a shame, really, because he was such a great player. You know, when he first burst on the scene, he was brilliant, but just so injury prone. It's such a shame, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, he petered off, didn't he? After he went from Arsenal, where did he go? Palace, was it? Where did he go?
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. Bournemouth. He petered off a bit there. What's your thoughts, Alan, on the Troy Deeney pillage?
Well, I was reservedly excited, shall I put it that way? Because I've got this negativity that comes with age.
You're only 21.
Is this the real deal, etc., etc., etc.? He's a 33-year-old player. All these sort of debts, but from the time he signed, probably this time yesterday, I spent the whole evening watching videos of his goals, of his life, and I got to know this because to me he was just Troy Deeney. Yes, he's a blue nose. He plays for Watford, scores goals, gets them against B6, and everybody's happy. So that was as much. But I listened to all this stuff that had gone on in his life, and then that interview that he made with his pal, as Craig said, I've come here to do the business. It lifted me completely. We've not only got a good footballer, we've got a good person, and he's a type of person you want in your club for lots of reasons, and he's obviously he's dedicated himself now to us, and I think I can't see him not being this time yesterday, I was thinking, yes or no. But I can't see him not being a success. He's so determined. He's not he's not come for a ride. He's come for do the business.
Yeah, and dressing room wise as well, that's got to be a bonus, really. Yeah. It's got to be somebody. It's got to be great to have him in the dressing room.
I love the fact that we've got that, other player now with more experience, because there was only really George Friend, wasn't there, that's played in the Premier League before and, kind of like over 30, and when we've done well in this league in the past, we've had the Phillipses, the Carsleys, the Bowyers as a player, all these players that were over 30, coming towards in the twilight years of their career, but my God, didn't they do well for us?
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, the first time we went up with Jeff Kenner, Steve Vickers, I think it's important to have players like that, and, 33, he's only just turned 33 as well, hasn't he? So, he's still got a good few years in him.
Yeah, well, he's done it in the Championship as well. That's the other thing. He's done it. He's done it before. He got Watford promoted, and I think twice with them.
Yeah.
And whenever he got the opportunity, he put the ball in the net. He's just going to bring that extra passion. You mentioned the dressing room. Got it will be firing.
Yeah,
There's actually blue noses in there, and that's something we've been missing.
It's just on the ships. Go on, Paul.
Just coming away from this subject. Mick Greaves has put a comment that I wanted to sort of say, which is rest in peace, Sam Oji.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Only young as well, wasn't he?
35.
No, cracking, no age, is he? No age, absolutely no age. I did see that today. That he's one of his dreams is to buy the club.
Yes.
See that?
Don't you reckon though, Chris, or to everyone else? Don't you reckon it's almost like he's going to be here for a few years as a player and possibly a coach?
Yeah.
I think he's here for quite a while.
Can't see him going anywhere else for a bit. No. Connor, you're a big Blues fan. Yeah, massive Blues fan. What's your thoughts on Troy Tierney coming?
Well, put it this way: when the rumours are true, and I was looking at my phone last night, the missus actually said, "You've never smiled at me the way you smiled at yourself." So I was absolutely buzzing. That's all I could think of. We went out for a meal last night, and I kept singing, "Teeny's coming on." Like it's. I think when I watched that interview with him and Jay, and when he mentioned buying the club and that, I thought, this is not. I'm coming here to. See my career out. This is someone that wants to actually come and motivate the club and get the club moving in the right direction. Yeah. And I think with the manager of Lee Bowyer, who's doing such a fantastic job, I think with the bad spell Blues have had now for a good few years, the good signings that we thought were going to turn out great that didn't, like your Keaters, your who's that midfielder, the one that we let go, the small guy, a decent player. I can't remember his name now.
Hotter. Hotter.
We had Hotter. We had the small lad.
Kifton.
No, it weren't Kifton. I can't remember. No, he's an English lad. He's an English lad.
Oh, Dan Crowley.
Dan Crowley. We've had all this excitement with these players. We've signed them. And as Blues fans, we hold on to every bit of hope we do, don't we? Because we all want the best spots for the club and we all want to move forward. And we just seem to be falling short every season. And I think since Lee Bowyer's got involved, Craig Garner's backing with us now, club coach. He's just got Chung. Chung looks unbelievable on the ball already, and he's getting everyone excited. And now we've just signed Tierney, and now we can actually. I mean, we all used to say at the start of the season, announce promotion as a joke, but now it's seriously looking possible, and that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah. So before Troy Tierney came, we were looking at top 10.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I'm still going to say we're going to just miss out. I know it's not being pessimist. I think we'll be top 10, maybe sort of 9th now, 8th, 9th. I still think it needs a little bit more. I'm not saying promotion's not possible or playoffs and all the rest of it, but realistically, something inside says not this season. I think we'll just miss out.
Well, for me, one thing you need is the officials on your side, and to make the right decisions at the right time. And again, on Saturday, their player headbutt Aniki in the back of the head, and it's a penalty, right red card. And, obviously we don't have VAR in the Championship, but
No.
You want them to do their job, don't you, and see that. And the linesman, you got two linesmen, you got the referee. At least one of them should be seeing that, and the fourth official as well. So that really was a shocking thing to do, weren't it? Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, just reiterating what Craig said earlier. Nigel says credit must go to Craig. What a great job he's done. Just goes to show if you put football brains in the lead, the magic happens. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. And
was that Craig Courtney?
Definitely not.
Of course, Mr. Fix
no. The word brains and Craig Courtney don't sort of like go together mostly.
So, Connor, tell us a bit about your fighting so far then. And obviously before we went on air, you was telling us you were moving over to the States.
Yeah. So I've just recently signed a 4-fight deal with an American promotional company for bare knuckle boxing. They're huge in America. They're massive. They've offered me this 4-fight deal. I've just left the UK company, and the first fight's November the 6th in Niagara Falls, Buffalo, New York State.
Nice.
So it's so unreal because I still pinch myself, to be fair, every day and think, I can't believe this is happening. It's just like today when a new Dean signed, I kept pinching myself.
The bare knuckle fighting, it's a sport that's it's not as big as you're the mainstream boxing stuff, but I mean, it seems very barbaric to me. But it's not, is it? Tell me it's not.
It depends on the fighter as well, and I mean, obviously, me having a boxing background, I boxed at Birmingham City Boxing Club for a lot of years. The likes of the Yafai brothers, who's just won gold.
Yeah.
And I've got that technical side where I actually bring boxing to bare knuckle, and I think that's what a lot of people like about me. It's not like the brutal, face covered in blood for me. A lot of the times I'm sort of getting out there with little or no damage at all, if I'm lucky. So
you've physically got to get more hurt though, surely.
Yeah, it's different because I've said this, like when you've got gloved boxing, you can hold your guard up and you can take a lot of the punches on the gloves. You can't take bare knuckle shots on the hands; you'll break your hands, and I suppose that's why the rounds are shorter, and you have to be a lot more alert and on your feet, and you don't want to be standing there and getting punched bare knuckle in the face because it's like the slightest shot catches you under the eye and your eye will blow up like a balloon.
Yeah. Adam says, what made you pick bare knuckle over regular fighting, regular boxing? Would you consider moving over to MMA?
Yeah, I probably would, to be fair. I picked... I think I went for a spell when I was in the amateurs and I was fighting in amateur boxing, and I was sort of on a bit of a bad spell and I weren't really enjoying it as much, and I needed some more excitement, and I knocked it on the head, and then that came up and I thought, you know what, I'll have a go, and they signed me and I went and done a prize fighter, and ever since I haven't really looked back because I've probably got bigger than most professional gloved boxers around the city and around the country. In 6 fights I've got a lot more how can I say it, a lot more publicity from being bare knuckle and now winning the world title and being Birmingham's first bare knuckle boxing world champion. So I don't regret the decision, but yeah, I am open in the future to doing MMA and glove boxing, probably going back to it.
Tell us a bit about what got you into blues then. Do you remember your first game, your first favourite player, and all that? Just take us back to the beginning of your blues life.
So I've been like when I was younger. Do you know the most memorable game? Is when we got promoted to the Premier League when Darren Carter's penalty. Yeah. And I'll never forget that because I remember running out my house. I can't remember how old I was. And I remember running out my house as a young kid. I lived on a road down just round the corner from here. And I remember screaming, running around to my mates, and they were all Villa fans, and I popped my head for the car, and I'm like, we're going up. And so like that was more memorable game, that was. And then as I think when I was younger, I spent a lot of time probably going to boxing and stuff, and I followed blues, but I didn't follow them like my dad never actually went to games. It's only till when I started hit about 13, 14, I used to buy a ticket, £5 ticket, If you remember the kids for quids and stuff like that. And we used to go 5 or 6 of us on the bus to most games. We was in Championship at the time, going back about 2013, 2014. That's when I really started going in and getting interested, and watching it properly, because it was I loved it. I know that bus, that whole, we used to go to Digbeth. We used to walk past the Old Crown and go, we'll all go in there when we're older, when we're 18, and we'll have a pint before the game. We used to go to this little cake shop, have a cake and a cup of tea, and walk to the ground. And that's my memories of it, and I loved it. You know what I mean? And I wish I could go back in time and live them moments again now. But
yeah. And who was your favourite? Who was your first favourite player? Would you say?
Carter.
Hard. Nah, it wasn't Darren Carter. I don't know, because I was thinking about this when we got. I couldn't really put my finger on it. I remember that remember Damien Johnson.
Yeah.
I remember he came to my school. He did. His best mate was the teacher, and he got him in. And then I think because I met him and he gave me a little pep talk, I always sort of idolised him as a little blue nose, because I was only young when he came.
Yeah, he was a bit of an unsung hero, Damien Johnson.
Yeah, great player though.
Yeah,
50 grand from Blackburn, and he played in every position on the pitch for us, didn't he? Apart from
he was a hard work, wasn't he? He was a good player, to be fair. There's so many good players. Some good forwards, Dugarry. He was a great forward. Martins was a good player. Joe Hart, one of the best goalkeepers I think Blues had. That went on to do good things playing for England and stuff. Yeah. And when you look at the goalkeeping resume of Ben Foster, Joe Hart, and where they went to after the club, it's put Blues in a good stead for the coaching in the goalkeeping department. Yeah, so a lot of people always went on about that, didn't they?
Yeah. And have you picked a 1 to 11 for us as well, Connor? Have you done your strongest 11 in your life?
I'll be honest, mate. I can't really pick it.
I'm struggling with that.
When you said it was the one, it's so hard because there's so many good players, Brad. I literally looked at about 10 strikers that I all love, and I was like, I can't pick these. I can't narrow them down. And then if you tell me who did you pick? I know that I'd start going off on another striker. That I was like, I wanted to pick so and so because of this. So no, unfortunately, if I'm back on the show next time,
it's not easy. It's not easy. We've had so many people every week say how difficult it is. It really is.
Yeah,
it really is. But but well done.
No.
It's probably worth a bit of a shout out in regards to our competition for this evening.
Oh yeah. We have got 3 tickets to give away for a special event, which is at the Midway Social Club. Is that right, Craig? I think it's Midway Social Club.
Midway Sports and Social Club.
That's the one. Yeah. So we've got 3 tickets to give away, and we've got to give them away this evening. Well, tomorrow morning. So we just want you to keep watching the show, because at the end of the show, we're going to ask you a question which we haven't thought out yet, and then we're going to do a draw tomorrow and pick the winners. So it's 3 tickets. So there's one for a couple, one for a Billy No Mates. There you go. So we'll do that at the end of the show.
Question from Adam. He's asking, why Birmingham? Is it just because you were friends, or was it family related?
As in, why Birmingham City as in supporting the team?
Why a fan year of Blues?
That was the only team obviously I knew about other teams, but that's the team I grew up supporting. And to be fair, now
from your dad, was it?
Yeah, my dad was a supporter, but he never obviously went to games. But I think once I locked in that I was a Blues fan. I never believed in you could changing teams halfway through your life. You just stuck with it, and Blues will be run through. And it's hard now because my missus is pure Villa. Her family are all pure Villa. so
you've drawn the short straw there, then.
Yeah.
Is he going to get the £10 fine for saying the V word?
Oh, crikey, yeah. Never mind.
Mind you, he's flexing his knuckles. We better leave it.
Gulp.
Chris, our friend Linda says Troy's going to score 6 on his debut. Are you worried? I've
just saw that. I've polished up the thong, and this time I'm going to turn it the right way round.
That's another £10 fine for giving images we don't want to think of.
And Nigel's also betting on Blues hitting the 6 before Christmas. There we go. Jackie's going on Friday nights. I'm going. Hubby booked me tickets for my Christmas present. Can't wait. I love Bazza. Who doesn't love Barry Fry? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
He'll have some stories.
Yeah. I can imagine even Villa fans love Barry Fry.
There's a lot of comments here, Connor, that you need to keep your £10 for yourself because you need to be getting divorced.
Really? Oh, look, enough. I'm not married yet, so
You can't afford it now.
Yeah, right. Okay then. So I was going to say now. Oh yeah. So yeah. Don't forget. So you need to watch the program very, very, very closely because we're going to ask questions. Well, at the end of the show, I'll think those up. Who's going to get dropped now? Deanie has signed Hogan. Who's going to get dropped now?
That's an interesting one, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
You assume Deanie will go straight in up front alongside Djukovic or Hogan. I mean, it gives us good options, doesn't it? It gives Bowyer a nice problem to have. I don't know. Who would I don't know.
Lico.
I genuinely don't know. I think Deanie could work well with Hogan, and I think he could work well with Djukovic as well.
Well,
Yes, what a problem to have, yeah. You know, but I don't know. Going back to Saturday, because I went to Barnsley on Saturday, looking at Hogan's body language, I don't know. He might need to be a bit short of confidence now, I think.
Why didn't they put more tickets to go there? Well, you know, after the stand behind the goal's empty, why didn't they just let us have the whole stand? They would have made more.
Yeah, wasn't it due to stewards? Not enough stewards, I think.
A bit shortage or something, yeah.
Yeah. When was the last time we had 5 strikers?
Probably when Barry Fry was the manager.
Barry Fry,
no, that was 36 strikers. Yeah, we'll have rotation, says Steve Portman. Yeah.
That's the thing, though, Chris. I think a lot of people on social media are saying, "Oh, Troy will play week in, week out, every game." I don't think it will pan out like that. I think he will be rested now.
No. We said this before the show, didn't we? I mean, even for the Derby game, I can't see him starting him. I think he'll bring him on.
You think?
Wouldn't be surprised.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Do we not think? Do we think there's a possibility he could be our new captain?
Well, I said there's a statement today, wasn't there, Paul? They said Dean's keeping hold of the armband.
Right. Okay.
As far as that respect, Harley's still the captain. Or
I think Dean has been the outstanding success from this year. I mean,
I agree. Yeah.
That they said he's actually not committed a foul yet in the league. Now that's unbelievable. We've only conceded 1 goal away. Okay, a couple at home, and I think he would. He still should be the captain, but having Troy Deeney in there. You know, it's not going to do any harm, is it?
No.
You know, because he's going to if somebody isn't pulling the weight, it'd be like you or me being in the dressing room. Well, you know, you're playing for Birmingham City now, and this means something to me. You get your finger out, and that's a dimension of leadership that we haven't actually got at the moment. I'm really looking forward to seeing that kind of attitude.
Yeah.
No,
agree.
From Steve Kimberley, why not 3 up front? Thoughts? I mean, you could put Deanie then where Chong's playing and maybe play Chong a bit deeper, but that means obviously Sunich or Woods would have to come out of the team. And again, I think the both pair of them are working really well together.
Yeah.
Difficult, isn't it? And it's a great problem to have.
It is, yeah. You know, I often think about the players that are already there, you know, and what it means to them. You know, a new face coming in and all the attention being on that new face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it can go the wrong way, can't it?
Yeah. It could affect some. Yeah. You know, some players might lose a bit of heart now.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the fact he's played in, cup finals at the top level for a long time. I know Watford have gone up and down a little bit in the 12 years he's been there, but a lot of the years have been in the Prem. I think that, based on that, I think they'll probably just look up to him, and the fact that he's obviously a Blues fan as well.
Yeah.
And he knows the club inside out. He knows the area inside out. I think it can only work well. I do. I don't think it's going to be a bad sign.
I think. Go on, carry on.
Go on, Connor.
Oh, Connor, go on, Connor.
I was going to say, I think with the type of player Troy Deeney is and the mentality he's come to the club with, not only is he going to be a great part of the team, but I think he's also going to try and take on this manager's role, like a manager's manager, like a player's manager. In that changing room, I think he's going to be like, look, lads, I'm here to take us as far as you can, but I can't just be on my own. I need you around me, part of the team. And I think he'll have a lot to do with Lee Bowyer. I think he'll have a lot of insight now to the team and how they're training. And obviously Bowyer knows how experienced he is. And he'll probably, go on to either be a manager or a club coach in the future. So he'll obviously be trying to take that role in as a player on the pitch, seeing how they are around him, seeing who's best for him on the field. So maybe it might perk a few more players up to try a little bit more harder to keep in the team.
Yeah, especially the forward line, yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't wait. I just can't wait to see his first goal and the look on his face and his celebration.
Oh, crikey, the place is going to erupt.
Especially if it's in front of the Tilton as well. If the Tilton, if people are back in, the fans are back. Imagine if you scored against Derby and the ground's full.
Well, can you imagine? FA Cup third round? We get them lot from up the road.
Oh wow!
That's amazing.
Crikey, yeah. At Villa Park, and he scores.
Oh,
But I say, wouldn't you play the video for the two videos for the release of Deeney joining the club? The first one, I'm now here at the end.
Yeah,
I'd have that on the screen before the game as well, because I've
definitely, yeah. It's fantastic.
Full credit to the marketing team for that video, because I thought it was outstanding. It was really good, wasn't it?
Absolutely spot on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mike says that Lee said Troy will have to earn his place.
Yeah, because it's difficult to drop anybody, isn't it? Really, because we are playing well.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't win on Saturday, but the week before that, Hogan scored 2, and I think if he plays regular, he will score goals. Keeps getting to the right places.
Does that make you think then that he won't get a first? He won't be in the first lineup. He'll come in second half maybe, and Bo, you'll sort of play about with him second half and see what happens. So say for having a tough game, and in first half, and he brings him on. If he makes, if he does something special, Bo, you might start starting him. Do you know what I mean? He sort of gives the other players a chance. It's not like pushing everyone's nose out. You know what I mean? For Troy, it's sort of giving everyone else a chance and then letting Troy come on second half and see what he can actually do.
Well, going back to that, Connor, Troy's kind of experienced enough to know he can't just walk. You know what I mean? He's not just going to walk in. He knows what it's like. He knows the situation, and he's got to fight for his place.
There's more pressure on Troy Deeney.
Yeah, crikey, yeah.
Coming back,
it's got to be.
The pressure's going to be huge on him, and if he comes in and doesn't score in his first couple of games, he's going to match up, and that's the only worry that I kind of have.
And also,
for Hogan, you'll do it.
Also, as well, Craig, he hasn't had a lot of 90 minutes either.
That's what I was about to say. When did he last actually play?
He hasn't had a lot. So,
mind you, he has got the international break now, though, hasn't he, to get fit and get training and, you know what I mean, get amongst the lads and, so, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one to see if he starts him or not against Derby. I wouldn't be surprised if he did, and I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't either.
Yeah, no, I can see him playing him, but as I say, I can't see him starting from the onset. I think he'll bring him on to a rapturous applause, and the ground will go crazy, and he'll score 3 goals.
Yeah,
half the ground will go crazy. The other half
Yeah.
Good old Auntie Linda's saying that we're like kids at Christmas at this present moment. And,
it does seem like it, doesn't it? Yeah.
It reminds me of the conversation when I was a kid and I got my Super Nintendo. Shall I play Mario Kart first or Mario World? What shall I play? What shall I do?
Or Mario Melchop.
I only go fast back as a Spectrum. Right, love Deanie, but Dean has to stay captain. He has fought his backside off for us, even after Karanka abuse.
Yeah. And Roberts as well. And Roberts have really upped their game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was quite comical, him sitting in the stands.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite good. Yeah.
When was your last game, Connor? What was the last game you went to?
I went to Baggies on the friendly just before the season started.
Oh, yeah.
Highlighted. Sat in the box for it. I think I left after 3-0. I was just disappeared.
I don't blame you.
Talking of which, the game at their place has been changed to the Friday night, hasn't it, for Sky?
Yeah.
Oh,
Friday night.
Yeah, I saw that,
Yeah. You know you're doing the right thing. Sky start moving your fixtures around. You know what I mean? You know you're doing all right, and obviously Deanie's going to attract them as well. So we might even be on Sky a little bit more this season.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Which match has been moved, Paul? The Peterborough game or the Albion?
Albion, yeah.
Thank
It
goodness.
it was on the 16th of October. It's now on Friday the 15th.
Yeah, I just paid £56 for an away day to Peterborough. So if that had been moved, I've lost my money.
Yeah.
That is one of the problems of living a long way away.
10 cheap, is it?
No.
It's only cheap there. That's before the 30 or 40 points you have. If you already have that, you know what I mean?
Adam Walsh has just asked when will the stands be open. We don't know, mate. There's not been anything from the club since Edward Cheng's statement, has there?
No. No, I can't. I really can't see it being open for the Derby game. I mean, it's too soon, isn't it? And we saw those great big stanchions going in the other day, didn't we? I mean, they only just about got them through the front door by now. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's like Ziggy's re-signing.
I read in one, I can't remember where, that the only thing that's stopping us opening the stand is that we need a barrier between the top half and the bottom half, so people can't get down. Well, that shouldn't take long. I mean, okay, it's 150 yards long, but it's a fence. That's all it is.
It's only a fence.
Yeah, to be able to do that in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, the bottom half will still be empty, and that's why the people are allowed in the boxes, because they can't get out and get into the dangerous part. So it seems to me that, you know, what are we hanging about at? You know, we don't need to start work on the actual fixing the problem. We just need to get a barrier between the safe bit and the dangerous bit. And it's a mystery why, you know, somebody hasn't said something. No.
Let's hope we hear something this week.
Hopefully, yeah.
I think the fact that people have paid their money, you know, I still think that we've got a right to know what's going on and how long it's going to take, you know. And even if there was any, I mean, not being negative, but if there was any progress at all between the last statement and now, surely they would have said something, wouldn't they? Which is not a good sign.
Yeah, I agree. Football is now a squad game, not just 11 on the pitch. All players get that. Yeah, that's so true.
Who said that, Chris?
That was from Michael Woods.
You agree, Michael?
Yourself, Connor, you play football at all yourself?
I did do when I was younger, but I couldn't probably play it now. I've picked up a knee injury in the past 6-7 months. So I got asked to play the other day up Bromsgrove, but I was like, I don't really want to be risking damaging my knees. So, I'm on my way out, to be fair. Young, but on the way out.
How old are you? You can't be more than 20.
I'm 27 in November.
27? Crikey, I've got a pair of underpants on.
Mate, that's the peak years of a footballer.
Yeah. The thing is, it's actually going into the prime of being a fighter, but I've been boxing since the age of 11 now. I'm getting punched in the head since the age of 11, and I've picked up injuries. I've got broken hands, broken knuckles, my knee's going, and it's like, when people say, oh, you're only young, I'm like, well, yeah, but I've put my body for a lot, so that's probably why I'm feeling it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connor, Jason McDonaghan's asking, would you ever love to bare knuckle fight at St Andrews, and would it be one of your dreams?
Absolutely one of my dreams, and I think I am going to work towards that. I'm going to speak to the American promoter he's looking to come over to England, and if I did get big enough over there as an American audience and pull in, I think that's something I could probably speak to them. But it's all down to the Blues days. I know they've been in the past and they've said no. Yeah. Which is a shame, really, because we've got a lot of boxing fans as Blues fans, and it would be a really good event. West Ham
would be
have done
fantastic.
it, So
a lot of the players are interested, didn't they?
Yeah,
a lot of the players kind of are interested.
I think there has been a couple. Am I not right, Alan? Many years ago, there has been a couple of boxing matches held at St Andrews.
I remember the
Johnny Vincent, Johnny Prescott. That's it. Yeah.
Against Henry Cooper.
That's the one.
Henry Cooper. And that was in the middle of June.
Yeah.
There was 10,000 seats on the pitch, as well as obviously the stand.
It was in front of the clock, wasn't it? The clock, remember? Yeah.
And it chucked it down in rain on the night.
Yeah.
And the place was half empty.
Yeah.
So, we're not talking about fighting in Las Vegas here, where the sun shines every day, which is Birmingham.
Yeah, exactly. Nigel wants to know what are we going to do with him, or what would we like to do with him?
Lico?
Maybe go on loan.
He's going to be very much a squad player now, isn't he? If he doesn't go out today on loan or anything. Obviously, Bowyer believes in him. He does give him a. What's that? Sorry, Connor.
I don't know why.
No. But anyone who puts the shirt on, you've always.
Yeah, I think now, especially now as a time, maybe we should get behind all of them, and.
I loved it when he was coming on Saturday and the fans were singing Lico scores were on the pitch.
I love the fact now that it's become the point of the joke where anyone who comes on about a big win, it's always like Lico to score a hat trick.
Yeah,
everyone. I think, but if Bowyer can see something in him, I can understand. But right now, he's not giving anything to the club. He's not showing anything, so it does baffle me. But you don't know what he's doing in training.
No.
I'd love him to come good, obviously, because he gives us another option, doesn't he? And if he's going to start scoring. You never know. Yeah, he might just get that first goal soon, and you just never know. Yeah, but
he might end up having a fantastic season. We're still only a couple of games in, aren't we? So anything can happen.
He's going to find it 11 now.
Pete Taylor has said,
"I admire your optimism."
Go on, Craig.
Pete Taylor's been saying he'd still rather be punched in the head for 16 years than support them at B6. Well, I think that's very true.
He also says regarding Lico, swap deal with Rushton and Diamonds for their Tierney.
Well, they went out of business 15 years ago, so...
Yeah.
I want to come on to Neil Everidge for a minute as well. Did everybody see his video? He's
He's
been through a hell of a lot, hasn't he? And he should be proud that he's back on the pitch playing for us again.
Absolutely.
And he's come through a lot, hasn't he? So it's good to see him back.
Yeah.
And
we've got two good goalies there, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely.
It is. Yeah. Regarding. Vaccination. I thought he. To be honest, I thought he sent out a bit of a mixed message, but that's just me.
Yeah, well, he said that I'm not saying that people should have a vaccination. It's entirely up to them. That was basically what he was trying to say, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which it is at the end of the day, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. But you'd have thought through everything he's been through.
I think. I've retweeted that thing as often as I can and said to people, this is a professional athlete who's been that close to death. Now, general public is overweight, eats wrong food, etc., etc., etc. This is a professional athlete. If you're a normal 30-year-old like we once were. You can't take those risks. Get yourself done. It's not protecting me; it's protecting themselves.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Yeah.
And we can all imagine somebody how his family must have felt when they said he was 80% on a life support machine. I was I was shocked, and almost tears come to my eyes. I'm thinking, that we could have lost him.
Yeah,
As
could
he
have,
said,
yeah.
12
So
months
easy.
ago.
Yeah.
12 months ago, he'd have gone.
Yeah, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Say,
it would have.
professional athlete. I mean, us old buggers now.
No.
We've been injected. We're the strong ones.
Yeah,
It's the young ones who are the weak ones now. They're open to attack.
Yeah.
If it was a bit like Jeff Hall. I mentioned that before. When you see somebody like that in that kind of trouble, surely he was thinking, well, goodness me, I can't afford to be in that condition because I won't survive.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. You're spot on.
Yeah.
Okay. Just going back to tickets as well. I'd like to know, has anybody had their single ticket money reimbursed for the Stoke and Bournemouth games yet? If anybody knows, can they put that up? Paul Lilly says, how good is Ryan Woods? I think he's fantastic.
Yeah,
Total.
Underestimated.
Ginger Perlo, they were singing on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, rightly so.
Yeah.
Right. No, and I don't, it goes unnoticed sometimes. Defensive midfielders in any team is such an important position, isn't it? And without him there, sort of pulling the strings and mopping up, if you like, and Sunic as well. Don't you think Sunic's game has got better playing with him as well?
Yes. Very
Yeah.
much so.
And there's no way Chung could do what he does either without them two behind him. So, full credit, great signing so far. Brilliant.
Yeah, another good signing, isn't it? Like I say, there's not been. I don't think there's been a bad one yet.
No, we paid 6 million or 6.5 million for Sunic, and you wouldn't have complained so far. We'd have paid the same for Woods, would you?
Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah.
We haven't seen a lot of Castillo, have we?
He's not going to get in, Mark, the way Baylor's playing down the left.
No, he's just cover, isn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't that great where we can actually say now he's not going to get in the squad, he's not going to get in the team?
Yeah.
Isn't that fantastic?
Everybody's an 8 out of 10, aren't they? At least.
Yeah.
Everybody's, and Bo, you can just tell with Bo, you won't let them drop below that. The second bar, they've got to start. That 5-0 at Luton, they set the bar, and that second half, that performance second half was really good, wasn't it? Again, but fortunately, you don't get what you deserve sometimes, do you?
No, I thought Chung was quieter in this game than the previous game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it scary to think though, Chong running forward and Deeney coming off him? I mean, that is just a scary thought for any defence. Us now.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Adam says, a bit of a serious question, Connor. In light of a study linking rugby players' head contacts and concussion leading to brain injuries in immediate aftermath and in the future, what do your team do to look after you? Do you have to have regular brain scans, etc., etc.?
Yeah, it all depends really. At the moment, I don't think bare knuckle boxing have really introduced this yet. But it is scientifically proven that a blow with a glove deals more damage than a blow with a bare knuckle.
Really?
And that's because the glove spreads the blow. The glove is if you look at your fist, a glove normally sticks out maybe 2.5-3 inches either side.
Yeah.
When you get hit bare knuckle, the impact is a lot smaller. If you look at I think they put like a chart, the impact's more direct, whereas with the glove, it spreads the blow. And I've noticed when I fought bare knuckle, I've never really had concussion, but when I fought gloved and I've been beat up a bit with the gloves, I really suffer with headaches and stuff. And that's why you've seen a lot of boxers die in the ring and stuff and brain hemorrhages because you're shaking your head about with every shot. Yeah. And I suppose it's like if you got a rubber mallet. If you got a rubber mallet and I suppose if you bang an hour with a rubber mallet, it doesn't really give it direct pressure, but it spreads a lot of blow. Probably a lot of the force as well will be spread across the beam. But if you hit it with a solid iron hammer, it's direct force, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah. So how young were you when you first had your first bare knuckle fight?
I was 20. I just turned 24.
Oh, right. Okay. So it's not that long ago.
No.
Not that long ago. And when you were first hit by somebody with, bare knuckles, what did you think? What the?
Do you know what? I was so scared to fight the first fight. And people think, it is really, it's a scary situation because it's like, I'm not really a confrontational person either on the outside. So when it came to it and when I got in that ring, and when I say small ring, it's really small. It's like 3 steps to the other side. And when you see some small, skinhead covered in tattoos, looking, and there's me, like some little tall, pretty boy with not a tattoo on him, like getting in the ring. And then I suppose people's thinking, oh, he's going to get murdered here.
Yeah.
But I done really well, and I got collared, and I think, to be fair, what shocked me more than anything was actually when I was hitting them, because the pain that would go through your hand, like the bolt of electricity would shoot up to your elbow. You'd be like, it's surreal. It's a different feeling. It's a completely different sport, but like I say, it's not for the faint-hearted. Definitely.
No. And when you won that title, how did you feel when you finally won that title?
Oh, honestly, it was. I think I got 3 kids and I remember saying my kids' names on my chest, and my hands were swollen, and the pain didn't mean anything at the time. I think the one I actually screamed and dropped to I was crying. It's hard to understand. It's hard to tell people that feeling. When to turn around now and people to say, "Oh, you're the first ever bare knuckle boxing world champion from Birmingham." There's no one that can say that.
No. I'm guessing it's bigger. It's bigger in the States than over here, or
it's a lot bigger in the States as well now.
And anywhere else in the world, or is it just purely?
It's actually growing now. There's a sport. There's a company in Russia that are all Ukraine, and are absolutely massive. They're a real big following over there now.
Wow.
So,
What's your walk-on music, Connor?
to be fair, it all depends. I mean, I'm thinking about walking into David Bowie, Modern Love.
Random or what?
That's just a random one. I like David Bowie. I like the 80s.
I do. Yeah. It's
Great song. Great choice.
That is a good one. Yeah.
Mr. Blue Sky, mate. That's what I reckon.
I was thinking some blues. Or you got the old Keep Right On to the End of the Road, but it's there's a certain band that done it at the time. And it's I think Frankie Gavin walked out to it years ago. But then the Americans are just going to sit there and be like, what the
hell's that? Yeah.
I'm walking out with a big blues badge on my shoulder to the blues club.
Brilliant. Talking of that, did anyone see the Legion singing Key Right On the other day?
I saw that, I thought it was great.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. I doubted if they knew exactly what they were singing about, but it was still. They hadn't got a clue, had they? They hadn't got a clue. All 3 of them. Yeah, it was brilliant. Anyone who has COVID will know how bad the illness is. Etheridge basically said to read facts and then decide, said Steve Portman. Yeah,
I would agree with that.
Yeah. 2 jabs and I caught COVID. I'm still rough, said Linda Enza, but she's rough anyway. She's a bit of a rough old. Woods reminds me of Carsley. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, and style of play. Yeah.
And Chris Nigel Mann said, if we score 7, will you go in the ring with Connor?
You come from the Birmingham City boxing club, don't you? Originally, is that where you fought at? Yeah. Because that originally that was the Ladywood Amateur Boxing Club, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's right. I was a member of that one, so I've got a bit of knowledge. Yeah, my dad actually fought. My dad actually fought for Ladywood ABC. Yeah, and he was a Let's
throw it out there. Let's throw it out there to our viewers. Suggestions for Connor's walk-on music.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Good idea.
Gainer says you may see a different Lico now. Troy Deeney's here. He might bring the best out of him. You never know. Yeah.
Someone's just said about the Tilton Talk Show theme tune.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, a new question for Connor. Which one of us would you like to punch first?
Steps back. Nick Fenton, the gloves adds weight. It's there to protect the hand, not the head.
That's correct.
Yeah. No, I just said a love Bowyer. If we win 5-0 and he says he's slightly disappointed, he always wants more. Yeah, I thought that was brilliant.
That's brilliant, yeah, and that's so right, isn't it? Yeah, that's what any winner always wants more. They're never satisfied.
No. I thought he was playing quite coy when he was asked about Troy coming. You know, you could just see that he knew he was coming. You know what I mean? He was trying to do his poker face, but it wasn't working.
Yeah.
John Cunningham, back to COVID. I'm 2 weeks clear and still rough. Had the 2 jabs also.
Heard a lot of stories about that. You know, a lot of people that have been double vaccinated and have still really suffered. I mean, I haven't actually had the vaccine yet, but I caught COVID in June. I had it pretty bad, to be fair. I felt like someone was standing on my chest 3 days. I was sweating, shivering, gut shakes, kidneys were hurting. You know, and I thought it was bad. I think I have been I've been contemplating the vaccine, but I think with the reviews, it's because they don't let you choose which one. Now you're getting told that the AstraZeneca's not working as good as the other one, and it's so much of a risk to be knowing like what sort of I want a vaccine at the moment that when I have it, you are not immune, but it does, you know, limit your chances of going to hospital. And there's a lot of people I think at the moment are getting admitted still with the vaccine, so it's hard, isn't it? Yeah, but
surely the odds are better having any vaccine than not having a vaccine. Surely,
I think what the case is as well is obviously I do think now people who are having COVID are a lot more immune to it. I had COVID really bad. Then I went to the pub about 3 weeks after, and in that same room where I was with people, 7 people got COVID that I was around all night. Now, when I tested negative, and they all had it really bad. So I did think that it built some immunity in me. So maybe to have the vaccine
could
as well
be.
now,
Could be.
You might need to actually get it to put that more of that immunity in you. So these people that have had COVID who've had the vaccine will probably never get it again.
No, could be. I've had that long COVID for 18 months and I'm still not 100%. It's definitely scarred me, and there were no vaccines to help when it started, says Ray, BCFC Orton. Linda wants, even I'd go in the ring with Chris Brown if we score 7, said Linda. Yeah.
There's a lot of nominations for Nick to go in the ring with Connor because he's not here to stand up for himself.
I think we should just nominate him and not tell him, and just tell him that he's been nominated.
What would Nick's walk-on music be?
Probably Benny Hill.
Yeah. Yeah. I can just imagine Connor running around.
Connor, lots of ideas for the walking song. So we've had Funky Moped. We've had We All Dream of a Team of Tebellis.
Oh, they would. They'd love that, wouldn't they?
And Paul McCarthy, he's got the leading one for people's votes at the moment. He's coming with the Peaky Blinders theme.
Yeah, I had that because I'm going to America. They have told me to try and be like this modern day Peaky Blinder. So sort of wear the outfit when you come over the press conference, because apparently it's really big in America right at the moment. And they said it's a good thing to market yourself on, being from Birmingham. So maybe.
Yeah.
Pete Taylor, the theme from The Last of the Summer Wine for Nick.
I'll get that ready for next week for when he starts the show. Just see if you notice.
Chris, yours could be there's a hole in my bucket.
Adam wants to know, has anybody tasted the pucker pies yet, and are they any good?
I haven't had a chance yet, to be honest.
No.
I can say yes, and I can say yes. They are a hell of a lot better.
What do you have, Craig? Chicken bolter?
No, do you know? Back to the norm. Steak and kidney, mate. Couldn't beat it.
No, chicken bolty. I'm a chicken bolty man. Steptoe? No.
Is that for Nick?
Yeah, must be. Can't be for me, can it? What are you trying to say?
Did you train every day, Connor? You spend every day training?
When I'm in camp, I'll train twice a day 4 or 5 times a week. Yeah, I lost. I've got to lose 2 stone now in like 10 weeks. So.
2 stone. Crikey.
2 stone. Disappear.
I know. Yeah.
What weight are you now?
I'm about 13.5 stone. I've got to make 11.5.
So what weight do you box at? What's the weight?
About 11 stone 8, I think. But I walk around at about 13, 14 stone. So all the beer that is when I'm on the binge. Getting every night in the summer, and it's like dinner and a bottle of beer, every night. So it catches up on you, to be fair.
I always have this debate with everyone, right? Is it dinner and tea, or is it lunch and dinner?
It's lunch and tea.
Oh, don't get in that one. No.
Lunch, tea and dinner for me.
If I said to you, Connor, I'll see you at dinner time tomorrow, would you expect to see me at about 5 or 6 o'clock, or 12 or 1 o'clock ish?
Oh, I don't know now, because now people at work say dinner for lunch, don't they?
Yeah.
Some people say dinner.
That's lunch. Dinner's 8 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what? I'll be honest. I've sort of grown. I've come away from the tea now, and I do say dinner.
Yeah, tea.
What's for dinner?
Tea was always what you had when you got home from school, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah.
Yeah,
Smiley
face.
Maybe I just haven't changed then.
Yeah. Lunch, only posh people have lunch, I'm afraid.
And Pete Taylor is saying that he could only drop to the weight that Connor wants to get to by sawing his own leg off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Wallace. Yes, Sam, I'm with you, mate. Chippy tea.
Chippy tea,
Yeah.
Chippy tea, 5 o'clock, that was 5 o'clock, chippy tea. As soon as it opens, get a chippy tea in, yeah. Nigel wants to know, what is the diet, Connor?
So basically, it's little or no carbs. I cut bread out, I cut sugar out, I cut dairy out, no milk, no oats. Try and keep away from oats carb. It's literally pure protein diet: salad, chicken, steak, eggs. That's it. Yeah, it's boring, it's bland, and it's 3 to 4 litres of water every day. So it's just horrible. Yeah. No wonder I hit the beer so hard.
So Connor, what's for tea?
I've just had it. I had some grilled chicken breast and some little herby potatoes. So at the moment, I'm not doing the major dieting because I'm walking myself back into it. I don't try and kill myself because I end up like really craving junk food badly. Like,
so does the missus sort the diet out for you? Does she do it all, or do you tell her what I'm going to eat? This is what I've got to eat. Do you say that?
Yeah, no, to be fair, like, she jumped on it with me last time. So we both cook, we both take it in turns, and we both like sort of go shopping and we'll go, well, I'll do this, you do that. Because she works, I'll work. We both come back together, so we sort of work it between us. To be fair, and it's always helps you when both parties are dieting. It's hard when someone's not, and you know. So
yeah.
So when's supper? That's what Adam wants to know. When's supper? I mean, supper was always
about 10 o'clock at night if you have something else.
Yeah,
that's supper.
My nan used to say that fish. You know, you had a fish and chips. You go, we'll have a fish and chips supper.
What about fish and chips supper? Go and get a fish and chips supper in. School dinners were 12 o'clock. They were always 12 o'clock. School dinners, weren't they? Yeah.
That's because it's dinner time at 12 o'clock.
Exactly. Yeah. But it was different. It was different then, though. It was dinner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dinner. Because it was basically, when you're at school, it was probably what you were lucky. You know, it's probably the only hot meal you're going to get. Well, it was in my day anyway. Like, you know, yeah. Just eat pucker pies. That's all you can do. Just eat pucker pies, says Sam Mullins.
What about the
Nigel
cheesy
Manor said that it's
cheesy
bland food, so it sounds like the food from the kiosk at the Blues.
Yeah.
Cheesy chips.
Lunch, high tea. What the hell's high tea?
What? High tea?
It must be from Sutton Garfield or something like that.
Who said that? Was that the Castor Downton?
Yeah, Sir Michael Woods. Lunch, high tea, and dinner.
What is it there, Mark? In Coventry? Is it? And down there in Surrey as well, Alan.
Well, to be honest,
Sussex, please.
Sussex, sorry.
Sussex. Very posh down there. Very posh.
Is it dinner? Is it lunch and dinner down there? I bet it is, isn't it?
It's definitely lunch and dinner down here. Yeah. My two granddaughters pick me up if I say dinner.
Yeah.
And I mean lunch. They tell me in no uncertain terms.
They don't
Mind
say
you, I must-
outside down there either. They say al fresco.
I must admit though, over here in Coventry, it's the age-old debate. I'll say Cobb rather
Oh
than Bash.
God, no! You can't say Cobb. You can't say Cobb over there.
When I moved over here, I wonder what they're on about. You want a Bash, love? Oh, what?
What?
It's a Cobb.
Cobb?
Yeah.
Cobb? I must admit. I mean, it always used to be Cobbs, but just lately I've started saying bread roll. Forgive me. Forgive me.
Benson's got it here. Dinner break at work, tea time, and then evening dinner is an upper class thing with candles and a starter.
Yeah. Oh, we do that. We do that every night.
Everybody have that.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we do that every night. We get out the bath to go to the toilet and all sorts of things. So little. Steve, I don't have meals. I just have something to eat.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Blimey, my waistline will be massive with that order. It must be referring to your diet, Connor.
Oh, really? Does he have a waistline then? Or
a lad from school who played for Crewe drank so much water he must be pissing away every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Can't say that word. Cheesy chips at Blues is legendary.
That's this one that's going around, isn't it? Someone just slapped a piece of dairy leaf slice on the top of the chip.
I know, yeah. But the thing is, I don't think the picture was actually from the Blues. I think it's quite a few years old, that picture. So.
It's gone downhill since then.
It says, yeah.
Technically, though, it weren't wrong, was it? It was cheesy chips. There was a slice of cheese on top of it.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Trades descriptions wouldn't be wrong, would they? Yeah.
No?
I had a girlfriend in Sheffield. Well done. And all their chippy names were backwards to Brums. Don't know what that means.
All their chippy names were backwards to Brum.
I don't know what that means. I'm in Rugby now, down the road from Coventry, and it pains me to ask for a chicken doner batch.
Yeah, but exactly, yeah.
You can't say
I say Cobb just to wind them up when I'm in the
In
camp.
Sheffield, my mate's wife is from Sheffield, and they call them bread cakes.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bread cake.
Cakes.
Yeah.
What, in that accent?
In that accent, yeah.
So what accent is that?
Northern.
What, Northern Slovenia?
South African, that was.
God. I think we better get back to football, hadn't we?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Back to football,
I've started a great debate again, haven't I? So next game then, Friday week, isn't it? So we've got the international break coming up, haven't we? So England playing Thursday and Sunday. I think we'll go full strength on Thursday, England. I don't think it'll be easy, to qualify for the World Cup in this group. It's not going to be easy.
Who's in the group?
No.
So we've got Hungary and Andorra. And then who's the other team we've got? Is it Poland?
Poland.
Yeah.
4-0, 5-0, not 8-0.
To
be fair, you've got to look at the statistics though with England. You look at the World Cup, we got to the semi-finals. The Euros, you got to the finals. So statistic-wise now, you're probably looking at what? Maybe top 3 best international team in the world, England. So there's a lot of pressure on the team.
Well, Connor, are you a big England fan as well?
I am, yeah, and I thought we played some fantastic football. I think we played. I think people saying we've been a bit harsh, and we've played lucky football with the groups we've got, and we beat Germany. And not only did we beat, we smashed them. And Germany are always a hard team to beat. So,
yeah. I mean, he got in that game. He got it bang on with the substitution. Though he bought obviously our friend. He bought our friend on who used to be on the road. And he changed the game, didn't he, when he come on?
Yeah. I think obviously that's the only. I mean, that last game in the final against Italy, he just and as much as it pains me to say, he just didn't play him enough in there. He sort of threw him on. Things didn't go his way, and I think the thing is, and obviously we've had to. I was speaking to one of my good friends who's really like, and he analyses it a lot, and he says if the thing is what Gareth Southgate does, it does pain us because he likes to sit back on these 1-0 leads, but if he did it any other way, we probably wouldn't be as good. He just has to stick to his strategy, and he said you tend to find a lot of the good international teams managers do the same sort of thing. They get a goal, they hold the lead, they play sort of defensive football. I think more the attacking teams of something like Belgium. I think they are just a ruthless team, and that was unlucky. Yeah.
They remind me of us going back 15, 16 years. They've got like an embarrassment of riches, but they just can't seem to gel as a team. Belgium. But we for me, going 1-0 up so early, it was almost like a carbon copy of the Croatia semi-final, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
But I do think that Italy were there to be had in the first half an hour, 40 minutes.
We didn't put enough on them.
Exactly.
When we had them on we had them on the back foot after that goal, and instead of capitalising and getting 1 or 2 more in, which we could have done, we sat back, held the lead, and give them a chance to score, and that's what we shouldn't have done. But I don't think Southgate will ever come away from that strategy.
No. And he should have brought Grealish on sooner than what he did.
Yeah, he should have.
He should have brought him on after an hour, not in extra time.
Sorry, Paul. Question for Connor and Alan. Where did you watch the final?
In the pub.
Just in the pub.
Yeah.
In this very seat I'm sitting in.
Was you having your tea?
Was it having high tea?
I got the grandkids with me, so I had to have. We had high tea. Yeah, we had high tea. That was just posh, my grandchildren.
Oh, I can imagine. Got to be down there living in Sussex.
Yeah, they pick me up when I say, mate, me hat. Where's me hat? What do you mean, Grandad? Like, hat.
My hat.
When I was at home with my wife and daughter, and when Luke Shaw scored, I just forgot where I was. I went absolutely ballistic. Yeah. I've never celebrated a goal like that in my house, in my life, ever. And I give my daughter a massive hug, and I just think I did it a little bit. I forgot where I was a bit. Got a bit scared. So I was just rough.
Yeah, it was a proper emotional game, and I think the way we've played every game, because we didn't concede a goal all the way for the group stages. We played so well, and then obviously when Luke Shaw belted that, was an absolutely unbelievable goal. The pub went mad. I think they need a new ceiling because it's just covered in lager. But it's watching that was great football to watch, but it was proper. You're in a low place when you get to that in extra time, and you just know, like, the way we were playing the football, it just the team, you can tell the team was tired. He didn't make the right changes earlier on. He left them too long. He left that team too long, and you're going into extra time with the same players, and then you're making changes at the death. It just didn't pay off, did it?
No. Walsh makes a good point here. How did VAR not review Chiellini's foul on Saka when he pulled him back? And he got booked for that. But Jorginho's was the one, wasn't it, on Grealish when he stamped on his knee? He should have been straight red.
Yeah.
That was straight red, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I think the game's that massive. Even and obviously you're still relying on a human being to call it. You know what I mean? To get in the ref's ear, and obviously they just didn't have the. They just didn't want to do it, did they?
No.
The referee was Scottish.
There you go.
Ray Orton summed it up as well really nicely, which is England have got the players, but they don't have the mentality to be winners. And that's very true when you look at all of the games that we've played in.
Yeah.
Well, you can hope now, like Connor's just said, we've had progress in the last 2 tournaments now from one to the other. So hopefully come the World Cup next year, we can go that one step further. I can't think of a reason why we can't. We've definitely got the players.
We've gone semis, we've gone finals. Hopefully we win. You know what I mean? But the only thing is, we're playing in Dubai. It's a hot country, and that's the only thing that's more concern with how hot it's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be weird watching it in December, isn't it? It's going to be weird watching it at Christmas time.
You're throwing tinsel everywhere instead of beer.
I think playing in December might play into our favour, though. I mean, our players tend to reach their peak when they get to, just as it comes up to that part of the season.
Yeah, that's true. That's
possibly.
How's that going to work? How's that going to work with the club season? Like, they're just going to put it on hold for a month.
Yeah,
I think they are. Paul, I think they're going to delay it.
Yeah,
and carry on to June maybe.
Like for England.
It wasn't that long ago. It was only a few years ago, that it was on about Troy Deeney being called up.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Outside shout.
Yeah.
To be fair, when you think of it, though, Blues go to the Premier next season. All the top players in the England squad are all shattered. come back from the tournament with injuries, Blues take over and to take top 6 on the Premier.
It could work in our favour, I suppose.
We're going to play that back now. This in like 18 months, Connor, we're going to play that back and say Connor said, and that was bang up.
Yeah, and we got relegated. Lost all respect for Italy, a dirtiest in the game, says Adam.
Yeah, that's the way they.
absolutely.
But you know, at the end of the day, they won, didn't they? In the end, on penalty.
What was that centre half's name for Italy?
Chiellini or Bonucci.
Chiellini.
I loved him. I think 36 years of age.
Incredible.
I don't think he'll be in Blues side tomorrow till he's 50.
Yeah.
You know, yes, he was all those things. He was dirty. He was Italian. He was whatever.
Yeah.
What a player to have in your team.
Oh yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. It's the type of player you do want.
Over the whole tournament, I think the best team won it over the whole tournament. But on the night, I don't think they were that good.
I
think they were there for the taking in the first half an hour, 40 minutes, and we just didn't show enough ambition to finish the job, did we? So, but never mind.
Yeah. Craig, just before we go to the last 15, there's no show. There's no show next week, so there's no show next week. But have we got anybody lined up for the coming weeks? Anybody in the pipeline?
Scarily, we have guests. Well, scarily, no, on the good side. We have guests planned now until the end of November.
Ooh,
and
good
some
stuff.
really
Oh, your sound's gone.
You gone, Craig?
Am I back?
You're back. You're back. Yeah.
Off next week, but the week after, we're looking at Frank Cadrew joining us on the show. So
that's a good one.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, can't wait for that.
Followed by Gary O'Connor.
Oh,
yeah.
That's going to be an interesting one.
I bet he calls GPT.
Yeah. Chapati.
And then we end September with Andy Legg. So we're going back through the decades when it comes to the players.
Yeah.
And there'll be some more announcements around October and November shortly. But like I say, some really good guests coming up.
Fantastic. And we got a last 15. I saw you all talking about it.
Yeah. Okay. Craig, do you want to do the honours or do you want me to do it?
Go on then, I'll do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, was having a discussion early on, and we'd like to know for the last 15 items to do with either being in the gym or exercises at the gym and football. So it's over to yourself. And Connor, there's no getting away from it. You're in the gym all the time, so you've got to think of something.
It's word association, Connor, this is, yeah? I don't know if you've seen it before. So it's word association, so you've got to change the name of a footballer or anything to do with football, to do with something that you'd see in the gym or that you do in the gym.
I'll start you off, Jeff Horsfield.
Jeff Horsfield, yes. Jeff Horsfield. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you've got one lined up anyway, Paul.
Jim Smith.
Jim Smith. Oh yes, that's come up as well. Yeah. Oh, there's a few people said that. Jim.
What about Amari Dumbbell?
Amari Dumbbell. Yeah.
Amari Dumbbell.
Squat Dan.
That's a brilliant one.
Yoga Matt Sadler.
Mr. Wilkes has been working on that all day.
I know, yeah. Just going back to Andy Legg, he did have a great throw, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, fantastic.
It was Roberts, wasn't it?
And the O'Connor show, that is going to be a good one because he had his demons, didn't he? Regarding drugs and stuff. Yeah, so that'd be an interesting one. Let's see what we can get away with on that one. Barry Fryup. What type of gym does he go to? I want to go Jim E. Greaves.
Oh yeah.
It's a good one. Yeah.
What about Michael weightlifting belt?
Yep. Good one. Yep. No, we haven't done a who. We haven't done a who this week. We just didn't have time. We ran out of time. And we just thought you'd all be too excited anyway.
I can't think of anything. I'm struggling.
I'm struggling this week, yeah. I can't think of anything.
I'm reeling through the names as we speak, but I'm just lost.
Troy Waite, Deeney.
Yeah, Troy Waite, Tierney. Yeah, break Shay. No, no, I don't get that one at all. Sorry, I don't get that one.
Gary Rowett.
Oh, the road. Yeah.
What about Gary Shaolin Monk? Very good.
Good
Never seen
night,
one in the
Connor.
gym, but you never know.
Yeah, good night. Thanks for coming.
What about Stephen Spar?
Very good.
What about protein shake Mansour?
Cool.
Oh, you're getting deep now, Mark. What's going on?
I'm waiting for the heart of chocolate to come in. Hello to Leonard Down Under. No, that was
Leonard Eddington.
Yeah, Leonard Eddington. Oh, my microphone's just decided to do something strange. Yeah. I did see that Tom O'Connor. No, wrong O'Connor. O'Connor was on Tom Ross show. Anybody listen to that?
I haven't known that. I need to catch up.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's some great podcasts on Tom's show.
Yeah. I think the last one I heard was Horsfield and Robbo.
Yeah. I listened to the Horsfield one. Yeah, that was fantastic.
That
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, Gary Strong, Adam Armstrong, Squat Dan. We've had that a couple of times now.
What about Harry Chain?
Yeah,
Harry Chain.
Yeah, Harry Chain. Not brilliant, but you know.
I'm doing my best.
And going back to England, I fancy England to win the World Cup, says John Cunningham.
I hope you're right. I don't know if I'll be able to survive the celebration, though. I'd still be celebrating now. If we'd have won the Euros, I'd still be celebrating now.
And back to food. In real terms, it's breakfast, brunch, lunch, high tea, dinner, a supper, and a heart attack.
Does anybody want me to tell you what it was like winning the World Cup?
Go on. Yeah.
How old was you at the time, and what did you do after we won it?
He's not that old.
No, I know. That's why I'm asking. Could you remember?
Well, it was. The thing was, I'll tell you the difference between then and now. Those players represented English football, right? The players today represent the English FA commodity. They're a commodity now, which gets. In those days, you know, the players, even the great internationals, they were people like us. Bobby Charlton, you know, and those talk about his mother, Bobby Moore, Gordon Banks. They were ordinary working blokes, or they would have been if they had been footballers. These lot today are on a different planet, and they are boosted up as a commodity. This is the England team, you know, and it doesn't represent us. It represents the FA and the Premier League and et cetera. But winning it, there was a few parties. One thing I do remember is there was at half time. I went and looked out the back room window, and there was not a soul about. There was nobody walking about. None of the kids on the street. Nothing. And we all sat there in front of our black and white tellies, and you know. We never doubted that we were going to win. You know, it was just them Germans. They kept because the Germans had gone through, and they had a lot of controversy and good fortune.
Yeah.
I was at Villa Park when Argentina played Germany. Oh, there was that a match, and the Argentinians were all over them, but then they got a bloke sent off. And they settled for a draw then, and you know the Germans could have gone out, and we were worried, you know, and of course when they scored first, it's all going to fall apart. that was a big shock. Oh, we're actually losing here because we hadn't been behind in any match all the way through, and then suddenly this Haller, who for some reason seemed to score in every round, had put them ahead, and then of course the ending, it's all over, and then they get this equaliser a minute before time. Again, the world's coming apart again. And the whole, it's, you all know the story of extra time. And they,
Yep, lost it. Still there?
Nobody. Hugh Johns was the commentator on ITV. Everybody remembers Kenneth Wilson, but nobody I've ever met watched that match on ITV because he was on both sides.
Yes,
and Hugh Johns, who was the commentator for ITV, he didn't say they think it's all over. He didn't say anything.
Something I've always wanted to know as well, before the competition began, what was there an expectation for England to win the competition, being on home soil and so forth? And
well, Alf Ramsey stated categorically to the press, because he didn't like the press, and they asked him stupid questions, he gave stupid answers. But he said England will win the World Cup.
Right.
He didn't say, we might, or we've got a good chance. He stated categorically, England won the World Cup. We'll win the World Cup, and they did. Yeah. And they had home advantage. They even managed to fiddle the semi-finals. In point of fact, we should have played at Goodison Park, but it's suddenly got switched, and so we played all our games at Wembley.
At Wembley, yeah.
You have to feel for Jimmy Greaves, though, don't you? Because obviously his goal-scoring record for England is phenomenal, but he got left out, wasn't he, at the final?
He was.
Well, that's right, and everybody. I mean, the London press is a bit biased anyway. Everybody said that Roger Hunt should have been left out because Hurst had come in to replace Greaves and scored, and everybody said they should leave Roger Hunt out. Well, why? Because he was a regular scorer for England. Mm-hmm. And of course, Jim got left out. And he was probably one of my favourite players at the time, and I was a bit disappointed. But at the end of the day, it's bad luck. No subs, and of course there was controversy 4 years later when he came back in the English side. But when he got to Mexico, they left him out again. He wasn't even in the squad, and of course the London press were all over that as well. But it was interesting days because again it was the first tournament that was shown every match live like we get now. The World Cup in Chile. All we got was filmed highlights that took 24 hours to get here. Yeah. It's unimaginable. But that's what it was. We just, we'd listen on the radio to the commentary, and then 24 hours later, you'd get the highlights of all the games, but it wasn't the same.
Right. Okay. I just got a couple of minutes left to run through a few of these. Jim Kitsimmons, Andy Leg Day, Don Star Jumps, Stern Attitude John, Danny Drinks Water, Dan Scar. I can't even pronounce that one. Paul Pescaladado Cheeks. Paul Pescaladado. He's put an arse in that. Yeah, I see what he's got there. Yeah. No.
Oh, hang on, my phone's going to die. Hang on.
Oh, right. Okay, we're about to say to Ryan anyway, so.
Are we going to do the competition winners or anything?
So the question is, Connor boxed originally for a club. Name that club. Easy as that. Now, I want you to email the answer to admin@tiltontalk.com. That's admin@tiltontalk.com.
Are we going to draw out all the correct answers?
I'm going to do all the correct. I'm going to do a draw tomorrow morning. It'll be about 10:30, 11 o'clock. How easy is that? Do you all know? Can you all remember? Can you remember, Connor?
No.
Don't tell us.
I'm brain dead.
Okay then. Okay, so it's goodbye to Mark Adams. He's gone. Goodbye to Craig Courtney. Thanks
Good
for
evening,
popping in.
everybody. Thanks for joining. Keep right on.
Thank you to our guest, Alan Motton.
Goodbye, everybody.
And thank you to Paul.
Good night, all. Pleasure as always.
And our special guest, Connor Tierney. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, loved it all. Good night. Up
Cheers.
the Blues.
Cheers, mate. Good-night, everybody.
Lads from the Tilton will support you till the end of the day.